say hi to your friends. Richard Fowler. He is a host of the aptly named Richard Fowler Show on We Act Radio, which is available around the globe via the internet. And it is listenable in this area at WPWC, 1480 AM. Welcome, Richard.
Thank you.
Ford O'Connell. He is a former advisor to the presidential campaign of John McCain, but he has won elections in the past. He has been part of winning elections in the past. And
just not at the presidential level.
Not at the presidential level. He is a Republican strategist. Is he wearing socks?
I am wearing socks.
Okay. This is good. We're rolling now. Okay. Ford, I want to start with you. The Republicans are getting a little brushback from the Democrats today, who say this IRS scandal stuff, as Megyn Kelly called it yesterday, scandalabra. This scandal stuff is overblown, and in fact now we know that Republicans, that conservative groups weren't the only ones targeted, that in fact the Be on the Lookout for list included progressive groups.
The IRS is terminally ill. This is about effective and efficient government. Yes, they may have targeted the other groups. We don't know to what extent, but we've got contracts that are being given out in a sort of crony government way. We have expenditures on credit cards that are going wrong. This is about making government work for the American people and bringing back trust and transparency of the government to effectively execute its duties. And if we don't focus on the IRS, trust me, it goes far further than the IRS. And this is just one case of it. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Now, Richard, the minority on the Ways and Means Committee is talking about this today. They say, hey, they want the Inspector General to come back because he didn't make as much out of the fact that words like progressive were on the keyword search for which groups to target. But if that's so, how come we never have heard from any progressive groups that were victimized?
I agree with Ford in that we need to work on cutting fraud, waste, and abuse in every situation that we can, whether it's at the IRS or the Defense Department or anywhere else in the federal government. And I think that's something that the president's committed to. The president's already created cost savings and already worked on in his previous budget that was not passed by.
Democrats want to make this a nothing burger, and I'm not so sure it's a nothing burger.
It's definitely a nothing burger.
Definitely a nothing burger?
With no cheese.
Notice we haven't heard about this before, and we're going to find out it's just a couple of progressive groups probably masquerading as conservative
say that
groups.
The Americans find some meat on the patty. They're very concerned. Voters in both parties are very concerned about this and think Congress ought to keep looking into it. Now, I want to ask you, Ford, for the president, I suggested and others suggested that the way around this moment that they're experiencing now where the IRS is under this continual, Republicans are they will continue to besiege the IRS. You will never go wrong in politics. Bill Clinton knew this by beating the you-know-whats out of the Internal Revenue Service. They're not popular, and you can go after them to a fare thee well. This is not like going after the military or something that's popular. So the president, is it too late for the president to try to get back on the good foot on this, or does he have to ride it out with Mr. Werfel till September? Or is there still a moment where you pick, I suggested Dick Thornburgh or a former kind of Republican, moderate Republican person of some esteem, that you say, I'm sending this person over to the IRS, and he's going to vouch to you Republicans that this is all on the up and up now?
Well, I think a special prosecutor would be smart, but I think what concerns the White House is that we now have two people taking the Fifth Amendment. You want to say it's a nothing burger, you want to put an end to it.
The other, just to clarify, so you had Lois Lerner, who took the Fifth,
and
took
Greg
half
Roseman.
the Fifth. She took a 2.5. On this question, the House is going to vote whether or not she's contemptible or whatever. But then there's the other guy who exchanged homophobic slurs and texts with his friend, and his friend who was the recipient of his companies were the recipient of nearly $500 million in IRS contracts. That's heinous. Isn't that heinous enough that there should be?
And that's why they want to write it. That's why they want to write it out. If I were them, I'd be interested in getting to the bottom of this with a special.
I think what the American people want. The American people want solutions, right? And so I think the Republicans working on the witch hunt's not going to solve any of the problems. They're going to continue pointing out the problems. Americans are looking for solutions. So as long as the president and Democrats can continue to focus on solution-oriented problems, you will see the Democrats fare very well. That's what we've seen in their discussion about immigration. That's what we saw what happened in Texas a couple days ago with Texas Senate Democrats standing up to the Republicans.
You can't say that. You have not gotten to any solutions. The
Those are
FBI hasn't
solutions.
investigated any of the victims. What I'm trying to say is the IRS is a problem. You want to keep going.
Nobody's denying that. Nobody's denying the fact.
Then how are you
Nobody's
going to
denying
fix
the fact that the IRS has
How's it gonna
inherent
be
problems.
fixed?
We've put in place a new director.
We've got.
They've convened a group.
Wait. No mockful laughing, please. That's not that kind of a party. We're having. Let's take 25 seconds and let's get the shorthand from each of you. What's next, Ford?
My guys are going to keep blitzing the IRS to show that it's essentially big government that's out of control, and we need effective, efficient government and trust and transparency going forward.
Hoisting.
Exactly, and this is going to keep blitzing, and hopefully Werfel's throwing an interception because he was a bad quarterback.
Says the author of Political Quarterback. This theme is right down. All right, 25 seconds.
And in football terminology, the Republicans will keep blitzing, but the Democrats will continue to gain yardage as we move closer to the touchdown, and that's the 2014 midterm elections.
Oh.
Big talking. I
Until
feel a lunch
Werfel
bet.
gets a safety.
I feel a lunch bet coming on. But there is no gamble. You guys are very good and very helpful today. We thank you.